What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've told you once, this is a private concern.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
I think if I'm gonna kill people in this map or in the Whitechapel, I'm gonna pick someone who's by himself, who doesn't have like other people. So for example, that one guy. There's more. guys are very annoying. I can't think of a way to dodge these guys. Ugh, fine, I'll just have to kill them. But, face cam is, like, between $20 and $100, but...
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
But
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
But
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity. Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Oh shit, I forgot to talk to the priest. I'm gonna do that real quick. So what I was gonna say is that the what is it? Face cam is like a small, not really a priority at all. What is a priority is obviously paying bills and paying off college. Like those are more important to me. Or paying off what's left I owe for the summer, so I can actually start focusing on building money for so I can focus on building my money for my channel. Or not for my channel, for the loans that I have to pay off. So I'm not putting my attention on that stuff, because it's not as important to me.
Against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
This guy is pretty crazy, but you know.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
Like, so I took 2 classes this summer from 2 different colleges. And because they were from 2 different colleges, I was only able to pay off one of them during the summer. The other one, which is my current college, or the one that I graduated from, the money, I still owe them like $600 at least, just from the class that I took. And then I have another $250 that I owe them for when I moved out of my apartment and ended my contract a little early. So I owe them a lot of money. It's a total around $900. I can only pay off. I'm only focusing right now on the like, it's not a lot of money when you think about it, but that would be an entire paycheck for me to do the $600, or maybe a paycheck plus. But because I also have bills to pay and I have other things that I need to worry about, I can't take all my paycheck and slap and throw it at them. I have to use my paycheck to pay for myself and only take out a little bit to pay them back. So I'm having to pay in increments. My last paycheck was completely taken away by my rent and my insurance, like my renter's insurance. So I basically, once that was out, whatever money I have now was what I had before my paycheck came in. And they're upping my rent next month, so I'm gonna have to work more hours, or find another second job or another job that either pays more or pays the same. If it pays the same, then I can just work it alongside, do like some morning shifts or something. Pays around the same. If it pays more, I can phase out the other job or my current job and start working on the job that pays more and do more hours there if they'll let me. And so that's the plan. But I don't want to do too many hours because I still want to have time to work on my comic and my art. And if I'm so exhausted that I can't do that, then there's not a whole lot of point in me having doing a full-time job, because I want to make my art my full-time job eventually. Hence why I'm going to be at the ValleyCon coming up next month. It's a comic convention in Fargo, North Dakota. I don't know if they have other places, but the one I'm going to is in Fargo. So I'm going to be there, and I have an artist booth already paid for. All I gotta do is bring my art and, hopefully sell stuff off. But aside from what I owe from the summer, I still have about, before the 2022-2023 school year started, I had about $15,000 in loans to pay off. Now I probably have close to like $25,000, $26,000 maybe dollars in loans. So it's going to take me a couple of years to pay that off. If I play my cards right though, I was able to pay off $1,000 with the job that I have currently. I mean, I lose more money. I currently work at Papa John's. I work currently 4 days a week, about 20 hours a week. Though I might have to take out. I've been working more hours since school started because my managers have needed me to stay late to help them stuff, and because people have been ordering a lot more, so it's a lot more time is required for me to come in and help out. I will be working on Sunday. I don't like working Sundays, but I'm taking up a couple hours to help my manager out, my general manager, because he forgot it was his anniversary with his girlfriend, so he's gonna spend there. I'm like, you know what? I'll come in, take a couple extra hours during the lunch or dinner rush, so I can get some extra money. They pay about $16 an hour right now, or I'm getting paid $16 an hour. Some people get paid like $14, some people get $15. I think my managers get paid at least $17. I think the one who's getting paid the most, besides our general manager, is getting paid around $19 an hour. And he didn't have. So some of my managers have had to beg or threaten to walk out. Most of them have had to threaten to walk out in order to get their raises, or they've had to beg for their raises, and that's not okay. So it'd be better if I found a different. Personally, I think it would be better to find a different job. In the long run, to find a job that'll actually start paying me extra, or start giving me more raises instead of what the current job is doing. But for now, it's the only job I have. I had I think there was going to be an interview or something, but I've been so distracted with life and school that I just haven't had the chance to sit down and do it, or sit down and call them, but I probably should.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
but I applied for a it was a an artist something job. I can't remember the exact job, but it doesn't require any experience. But I have experience as an art major, so I have some experience with working in art and putting stuff together and like design, color, coordination, all that. So maybe I'll get it. It's a remote job. They pay, I think, between $23 and $27 an hour. So that would definitely be a step up. Be like $10 well, not exactly $10, but a lot more per hour, and I could phase out my other job, and I could work from home. So I could sit here, relax, and do art or work on art stuff online. And it would help me pay off stuff faster. If not, I'll continue applying within the next couple days. Hopefully remote jobs. So I don't want to do too many customer service jobs because calling people stresses me out so much that it's hard for me to focus. And I can maybe do data entry if I have to. I wouldn't want to do an analyst. And then some of the other remote jobs, like, I wouldn't be able to apply for because none of them fit anything I am, like, have any skills in. But yeah.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
I mean, this job is kind of one of my, or streaming is kind of another job, but I don't really make a lot of money, so it's kind of like a side hustle. And I don't have the time or energy to always devote to doing this quote-unquote job very much. To get it to where I work more on it. But that's fine. I don't mind. It would be nice, obviously, if I was able to work more out, do streaming more. Would you be interested in working retail? I have worked retail. The other place that I applied for was a retail job. Or one of the other jobs that I applied for. That I just haven't responded back because I've been so busy. But if the retail pays well and they treat their employees with respect, I don't mind working retail. I worked at Walmart for a couple months and they did not respect. They don't, anyone who knows anything about Walmart knows they're horrible to their employees.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
See, the thing is, Lowe's is so far away from where I live. Like, we do have a Lowe's here in my city, but it's so far, it's such a distance that I don't know if my car would handle well trying to drive there in the winter. So I'm trying to find a job that's nearby where I live. So, like, there's some hotels I can maybe try to work them. There's other food restaurants. There's some banks. Maybe I could go in there, see if they let me work at a bank. Like, literally, there's like 2 banks across the street from me, across like 2 blocks from me. There's the retail store, like, literally that's the block south of me too. So, like, there's places here. There's some gas stations too, I think. So I could apply and see if I got anything. But full time. That's nice. But still, though, it's so far away. I worked at a Walmart that was the furthest south Walmart. I didn't work there very long, but it was not very fun having to drive that far. And I believe the Lowe's is nearby the Walmart that I go to more often now because it's closer. But it's still a distance to drive down there. There's a lot of good places downtown. But again, they're downtown, and I'm not sure how well my car would hold up in the winter time. because in the past it's not held up well, especially when we have like really high snow. My car does not will not be able to move out of the snow. It's a 2007 Dodge Caliber, so it's kind of old. I can't really do much about it because my parents got it for me, and it works fine. It just, the winter hasn't always been the nicest to it.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
No, I don't know how to work on cars. My dad does, and I know some places here that do. One of my best friends up here, who lives in my city, his father actually runs a car shop. So if I needed to, I could go there, and his dad would work on like a payment plan with me if I needed it. But at the same time, it's like I'm not sure. Because I don't obviously have a lot. I'm not rolling in the dough, so I can't just do that.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts.
But
that's how he
I want to see how this winter turns out. If it turns out good, then maybe I'll try for it, and I don't get the job that I just applied for.
He will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Well, it'll depend. If I make enough money at the ValleyCon to realize that I can support myself, and I get enough people who are interested in my stuff, who will buy stuff, or maybe set up orders so that I can send stuff to them, maybe then I can step back and I won't have to worry too much about my job. I just got to make sure I have the time to produce stuff. But I have at least $500 worth of stickers that I'm going to be bringing. Just stickers. Not to mention the $50 worth of... I have keychains that are $50 worth. I'm going to order more comics. They're different types, but they are all... So I've got some that are gloss, and then some that are matte, but they're all water resistant. So they're very good quality, and I'm selling them each for $2 a piece. And I have several different ones. Some of them are based in my comic, so I have so I have some of the stickers are little octopus face guys, they're mind flayers from Dungeons and Dragons, not Stranger Things. Then I have some stickers from my comic, two of the characters. Then I have one of the logo. I have some ghost face stickers. I have some other random character stickers. I think I have a few others, but I can't remember what they all are. And then I have some posters. I think I have 5 posters. No, yeah, about 5 posters, which I'm going to sell around $30 each, maybe more, depending. I might up the price to $100. I don't know, $50, $100. I think. I don't know. I've bought some. I only get. Oh, yeah. I don't draw lewd stuff. Although my art is anime style. If you want to see the stuff, I think I have. I don't know if you're in my Discord, but I don't know if you're in the Discord. I can send the link. Put the link, the link's in my bio. The Discord link should be in my bio. You just go to the scroll down, go to join the Discord, click on that, and you'll be popped in there. But yeah, I'll be posting stuff probably closer to the time that I'm streaming. I'll post an image of all the stuff that I'm going to be selling. My character prints are going to be sold for... I had them at $20 when I first initially made them, but I'm probably going to up the price again. I'm upping the price partly so I can make more money, and two, so I can... because I don't have access to making them right now. Because the printer I used to make them was a school printer. And because I'm no longer a student there, in order to work there, or in order to work on the printers, I have to pay like $150 a month, and I currently don't have that. So, with that in mind, until I can buy a printer that'll print photo paper myself, I cannot print any more prints. So I just have a bunch of conglomeration of prints that I'll be selling. And I'll have to up the prices. They'll be expensive, but that's because of the fact that I can't make them right now anymore. Or for the time being, I can't make anymore. So they're going to be very exclusive. Nice. Welcome to the Discord. Or, oh, I guess, well, if you hadn't joined it, then welcome to it. But if not, then interesting. You probably don't use the same name there. Or maybe I don't. I'm just not seeing you. We'll go scrolling. I'm looking at all my people that I have here. I don't know where you'd be. Anyway.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I mean, I'm not really into drawing lewd stuff. I have trouble even writing it, and much less drawing it. I might draw suggestive stuff, but drawing full-on nudity, that's not my thing. I have to, if I do draw suggestive stuff, I'll have to figure out what character I would draw for it, because there's a lot of different characters that I have. So suggestive is like, it hints at lewd or nudity or whatever, but it doesn't actually. It gives you, like, it's hard to describe what suggestive means, but it's kind of like when you make a joke that could be considered lewd, but could also be considered completely innocent. Or maybe some people wouldn't understand it, and some people might get it. That would be suggestive. Or like saying, I would like to... let's see, trying to think, because one of my DMs, he really likes to say suggestive stuff when we're doing D&D. His characters will do like suggestive jokes. So it's like it alludes, it makes you think about that, about the like the lewd or the NSFW stuff, but it doesn't actually explicitly tell you that that's what's going on. So like you're able to piece together, oh, that's what this means. That's what I would do, because that's what I feel comfortable with, at least art-wise. Yeah.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
So an interesting fact about yeah. One thing that's interesting about Jonathan Reed is that when you indulge yourself or embrace a survivor or one of the citizens, his eyes will change. So like right now I've embraced one citizen, and so his eyes have gone a red sclera with a blue iris. If I end up going to another citizen, then his eyes will turn red and his sclera will turn black, which I think is very fascinating. It's like one of those things that shows your morality or your humanity. For him, it'd be more of his humanity is disappearing, and his morality is like swaying a little bit. So he's more comfortable with or not comfortable. He's more likely to. He does eat people or embrace people more often. I've only done the one, but if I do another one, I'm trying to pick the characters that are, or the citizens that are like not known by people and are kind of scummy people, because then it's not as many people are missed, and then I'm not having to deal with that backlash, if that makes any sense.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Oh, looks like my boyfriend's just chilling in the VC. Interesting.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. We've no idea what this creature really is.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned. quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the guard of Priwen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Priwen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
Thank you, Edgar.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
You can see the blood just like...
Daily routine.
What on earth happened here?
Even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
I wanted to talk to Lady Ashbury.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man, huge in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they asked.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
I'm gonna go up and level up. To at least get to level 14. And then I'll end the stream. Because it is getting kind of up there in hours, and I do want to be able to relax a little bit. Well, I am relaxing this, but didn't want to go there. I wanted to go here. I realize I probably should up my health. Yay, they're healthy now. All I gotta do is find the last person, and get her back to the main city area and get him. But I can't do anything until my mesmerized level is higher. So yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. So if you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and follow, and don't forget to turn notifications on so you're notified whenever I go live. If you'd like to talk to me when I'm not streaming, feel free to join my Discord or follow me on my social media. The links are in my bio. And without further ado, have a beautiful and a wonderful day, and don't forget to stay frosty.